Hello and welcome to The View from Felaban. I'm Silvia Pavoni, economics editor of the bank, and I'm talking to Charles Silverman, who is the global head of financial institutions for Wells Fargo. So Chuck, good to see you again here at Felaban. We were chatting earlier about the change focus that Wells Fargo has when it looks at Latin America. So not anymore centered around correspondent banking, but you guys are looking at other opportunities that will improve the relationship with banks here.
Great, thank you. Great to see you again. No, very excited to be here at Felaban, representing Wells Fargo. I think just to go back a little bit, 4 years ago we decided to take a change in direction where we would become much more holistic in our customer coverage of the financial institution sector. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean that our correspondent services business is any less important or hasn't grown during the last 4 years. In fact, it has. However, it now is a component of an overall coverage strategy as opposed to the overall strategy itself. And what does that mean? That means that we're focused on our customers' funding needs, not just off our own balance sheet, but in the capital markets. It means that we're focused on helping our customers in other ways with solutions from structured finance to asset management to factoring to the correspondent services area. So we just want to diversify and help our customers succeed and help them grow more than.
And this is also in response to the growth of these banks. So a lot of them do not have perhaps the same funding requirements that they would have had a few years ago.
Right, and as we've talked about before, we believe in the larger markets and in the top tier markets, top tier customers. They will ultimately be moving to portfolio funding solutions in the capital markets. That's natural. I think in any industrialized situation you see that. It's more efficient for the customers, and so our focus needs to be on helping them do that, not worrying about using our credit limits. We need to make them successful in every way.
Now we are in Colombia, obviously a very interesting market. What other markets are of interest, particular interest for Wells Fargo?
We have a very balanced portfolio, quite frankly. I think you would find us active from Mexico through Central America through the Southern Cone in almost all of the major markets in those regions. Colombia is obviously an important market for us. We've had an office here for a long time. And the strategy is to remain diversified across the region.
But there are some markets that perhaps offer better opportunities than others in terms of either size or structural reforms or the depth of the local banking sector, capital markets. Would you like to single out a few?
Sure. There's no question that some of the larger, higher rated markets are going to offer opportunities for Wells Fargo to provide services into capital markets and more sophisticated capabilities and maybe a little less balance sheet funding requirements from us. However, we don't really look at the markets in that way. We look at the markets and we determine who our customers are and what they need, and so we just try and support them from a long-term perspective. It's not, we don't look at it and say, well, Brazil's the largest economy in the Southern Cone, and so we should focus all our resources there versus some smaller markets. We measure up the depth and length of our relationships, and we try and satisfy those relationships, and then the rest kind of will build and take care of itself.
That's great. Well, thank you for your comment. Good catching up with you, as always.
Thank you.